Hello, my dear students. Today we are going to learn about an extraordinary man, Frederick Douglass. Imagine being born into a world where you have no freedom, no identity, and every aspect of your life is controlled by someone. Every day is a struggle for survival. This was the reality of Frederick Douglass. But despite all the hardships, he rose to become one of the most inspiring voices against slavery in America. Let's explore his journey. Frederick Douglass was born as Frederick Augustus Washington Bailey near Easton in Talbot County, Maryland. He did not know his exact year of birth. It was either 1817 or 1818. This uncertainty was common among slaves, who were treated as property rather than human beings. As a young child, Douglass was separated from his mother, Harriet Bailey, and he only saw her at night for a few brief moments before she returned to the fields. He never knew his father, though it was rumored that his master, Captain Anthony, was his father. From the very beginning, his life was marked by cruelty, fear, and loss. One of the most painful memories Douglas shares is about his Aunt Hester. He witnessed her being tied up and brutally whipped by the master. She was beaten so severely that blood streamed down her back. This was the first time Douglas saw such violence, and it left a deep scar on his mind. He realized that slavery was built on cruelty and fear. Another injustice he describes is the fate of mulatto children, those born to white masters and enslaved women. Even though they shared the same father as the white children, they were treated only as slaves. Often, white siblings were encouraged to beat their black half brothers and sisters. Even a father would sometimes whip his own black child just to show that he was a master and not a parent. These stories show how slavery destroyed natural love and turned family into cruelty. Douglas' first master, Captain Anthony, was known for his harshness, and the overseer, Mr. Plummer, was cruel, often drunk and extremely violent. Slaves were subjected to brutal beatings, long hours of labor, and harsh punishments. This system was designed to crush the human spirit. Yet, young Douglas remained observant and resilient, learning to survive in this harsh world. While living in Baltimore as a house servant, Douglas' life took a turning point. His master's wife, Sophia, began teaching him the alphabet at first. Douglas did not fully understand the significance of learning to read and write, but soon he realized that education was the key to freedom. Learning opened his eyes to the injustice and cruelty of slavery. He understood that slaves were kept ignorant to maintain control over them. Douglas' desire to read and write grew stronger. He found clever ways to continue learning, sometimes trading small favors or food for lessons from local white children. Each new word he learned was a step toward freedom and empowerment. So he would exchange bread with the white children and get some letters from them so that he could read. And Douglas also did not know his birthday because black children were denied to know their birthday. They did not want them to be educated, they wanted them to be ignorant. In 1838, Frederick Douglass made a bold and courageous decision. He escaped from slavery. He fled to New York, where he began a new chapter in his life. There, he married Anna Murray, a free colored woman he had met in Baltimore. Soon after, he changed his name to Frederick Douglass, symbolizing his rebirth as a free man. Freedom was just the beginning. Douglass was determined to fight for the rights of all enslaved people. In 1841, he spoke at a convention of Massachusetts Anti-Slavery Society in Nantucket, and his speech impressed the audience so much that they immediately employed him as an agent to campaign against slavery. This marked the start of his career as a powerful orator and activist. Frederick Douglass was such an impressive speaker that some people doubted he had ever been a slave. To prove his identity and reveal the truth about slavery, he wrote his autobiography, Narrative of the Life of Frederick Douglass. The book exposed the cruelty, injustice, and inhumanity of slavery to readers around the world. During the Civil War, Douglass played a key role in recruiting African American men for the 54th and 55th Massachusetts regiments, and he consistently spoke in favor of emancipation and equal rights. He became a symbol of courage, resilience, and the fight for justice. After the Civil War, Douglass continued to serve his country and the cause of justice. He held important positions such as Secretary of the Santo Domingo Commission, Marshal and Recorder of Deeds of the District of Columbia, and United States Minister to Haiti. He also further wrote autobiographies, My Bondage and My Freedom in 1855 and Life and Times of Frederick Douglass in 1881. These works offer detailed insights into his life, struggles, and triumphs. Frederick Douglass passed away in 1895, leaving behind a legacy that continues to inspire millions worldwide. So, what can we learn from this lesson? Education is power. Learning gave Douglass the tools to challenge slavery and transform his life. Resilience matters. Despite extreme hardships, Douglass remained determined and hopeful. One voice can change the world. Douglass's speeches, writings, and actions inspired countless people to fight for freedom and equality. Frederick Douglass' life teaches us that no matter how harsh the circumstances, knowledge, courage, and perseverance can lead to true freedom. Not just physical freedom, but freedom to the mind and soul. Thank you for listening, students. I hope Frederick Douglass' story inspires you to value education, stand up for justice, and never give up on your dreams. Remember, learning is not just for exams, it is the key to breaking barriers and achieving your goals. See you in the next lesson. Do not forget to subscribe to my channel, like, comment, and share it with your friends.